Hey guys, 7-8er here today, and today I'm going to be doing a review on ReactOS 0.411. So, basically this ReactOS version just came out about pretty much today, because today is March 4th. They just released it, and I'm going to be doing a review and kind of explaining some of the new features that come with this version, from the old version of ReactOS 0.4.10. But I'm going to go ahead and give you some context on kind of what ReactOS is before I do the review, so you kind of have an understanding of what's this kind of scratch-built OS is all about. So basically, ReactOS is an operating system built from scratch, designed to be compatible with Windows drivers and software. What basically that means is it's built to kind of run Windows software natively and at a lot less resource usage cost, very similar to Windows, and kind of be very similar to Windows in kind of the compatibility state. And with that, it's actually pretty good software to be running for machines that you don't really want to run full Windows and things like that. But the project is in alpha, so it's kind of just really buggy, and really lacks lots of new features, such as Hyper-V, new USB 3 features and things like that, but they're slowly building up incrementally into these features. But basically, ReactOS releases quarterly releases pretty much every single year from now. So about one in March, around April, June, around August, September, and then probably around December, January, about every 3 months or so. Okay, so some of the new features in 0.4.11 is new AHCI SATA controllers, new application compatibility with support manifest, the ability to upgrade ReactOS installations and setup. Old ReactOS installations from older versions, you can actually upgrade those now to the newest version. And you also have Better Win32 compatibility with applications in this version. So with those new features in mind, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay guys, here we are at the ReactOS 0.411 improvements page. They released this today, on March 4th, 2019, and it kind of documents some of the improvements and bug fixes that they have in this release. So the first header they have for these improvements is kernel improvements, as you can see here. And kind of dissecting this, the main part in here is, for this paragraph here, is they remove some of the blue screen problems where they remove at least one source of blue screens that occurred when attempting to back up a disk partition. That was also fixed. Also, BTRFS support has been improved some, with documented in this paragraph. One of the main things, though, is the AHCI driver, the SATA controllers and things like that. Explained in this paragraph, when the 6th generation of Intel's Core processor Skylake was released, it was accompanied by a chipset platform whose AHCI SATA controllers proved incompatible with Unit EATA. What this means is the newer processors that Intel have released 6th generation on are incompatible with ReactOS up until this point. The new AHCI drivers that they just released for this version are actually compatible with those processors, so that you can actually test it and develop ReactOS on those processors now. Thanks to Alexander, whatever your last name is, I'm sorry, I don't want to really screw it up, but thanks to him, he put in this fix, and this will definitely bring a lot of development to the ReactOS community. In addition, application compatibility has also been improved. It says that here, one manner of specifying these dependencies is with use of something called manifest, which was not properly supported in ReactOS. Considering that many modern applications make use of manifest, this was a very glaring hole. Mark Jansen's work in the run-up to 0.411 has, however, added sufficient support for manifest, and the range of applications now able to start in ReactOS has significantly widened. Some examples include Blender 2.57b, Bump Top, Evernote, QuickTime Player, and many others. This will definitely help with having new applications run on ReactOS, because many new applications have manifest, definitely ones around the 2010s afterward in the Windows 7 era. The Windows 7 era is when they kind of started becoming more widespread in applications. So this will definitely help with a lot of newer applications actually being able to even start on ReactOS, because before it didn't even have manifest support to even run them. Also, ReactOS has better support with .NET 2.0 applications, and it has better support with shutting them down and starting them up and things like that, unlike before where it was very buggy and problematic. Another cool feature that they implemented this release is also where you have some improvements on the GUI setup here. With this, you can actually upgrade an existing installation of ReactOS. Achieving this has been required substantial work in the Use Setup module, effort that Hermes, whatever his last name is, put considerable time into. This definitely will help a lot because you have old ReactOS installations and you used to have to rewrite everything and start over with the new version every single time. And that was a really, really horrible pain to do, especially if you have a lot of programs and everything set up. It was a constant battle trying to reset everything up. With this, now you can upgrade to the latest version that you're working on, and very similar to Windows, from OS version to OS version, and that cuts down on a lot of time and effort when developing and doing just basic tasks when you want to get the new features in the newest release. Win32. This is very interesting to see because up until now, we're going to go through this new release. I haven't actually gone through it yet and looked at it. We're going to go through it together, but the menus in ReactOS have been really, 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 really buggy. And they don't really show things properly with a lot of applications, especially newer ones. And this results in distorted just menus and everything, to where it's a lot of applications you can't really even use them at all. And the buttons and just bars for activating something don't even work. With this release, they've actually improved this a lot, supposedly, and hopefully this will help with a lot of menus and newer applications to actually run, because the buttons probably will be able to be displayed properly and activated, which is a really cool feature and nice update to this OS. Applications like 32-bit Civilization 2 Multiplayer Gold Edition, version 1.3, and IceChat 7.63 can take advantage of this new menu update, which will definitely help those applications and many others that people will be running on this OS. Another thing in the Windows 32 category that they improved this release is where they have support for right-to-left languages, where specifically Japanese, like Chinese, and other like Asian languages and things like that, Latin specifically, you can actually read the right-to-left languages in ReactOS now, which helps with accessibility, and other people that don't know left to right languages can actually use ReactOS now because their language is actually supported now, which helps a lot with development and can bring in more people for building the OS and creating new features and stuff, because it allows more diverse developers to be able to enter into the development state of this OS. Another major thing to development, not so much to consumers for ReactOS, is the networking section, where they kind of improved the debugging for applications and software development, which will help for many applications to be able to debug and see why they're not running on ReactOS and be able to find the problems network-wise. This feature allows developers to be able to find out why applications aren't running on ReactOS and to help develop them to where they run, because now they have network support to be able to debug these applications and fix their problems and why they're not running. And last but not least, the main part of ReactOS and the main focus is to make it really, really stable. It says here that as it continues to grow in stability and maturity, the breadth and depth of testing necessary also increases, if only because there are more candidate applications to test. So the application compatibility and networking and everything else I just talked about, yes, that's important, but stability and testing is more important than that, because it doesn't really matter how many features you have if they are buggy and they just don't work. And that is the main focus of ReactOS, and it's awesome to see that they're continuing to work on this and focus on this, because it's very important to have a stable OS that doesn't blue screen, come into errors, and other things to that extent. I hope you guys enjoyed this overview of the improvements of ReactOS in kind of text and picture form. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the setup and kind of overview of the actual OS itself. Okay guys, we're finally going to get into the most anticipated part of this review for a lot of different people watching this video. We're going to go ahead and get into the setup, and I'm going to kind of show you a little bit of an overview of the OS and possibly how it's changed since the last version. So let's go ahead and start this virtual machine. I've actually not gone to look at this new version yet, so this is a new experience for me. Same thing for you guys. Okay, so you've got 0.4.11. That's new. You have the repair view. Okay, so as you can see here, you can't see my mouse in the OS for some reason. I don't know why, but it says on screen, press enter to install or upgrade ReactOS. That was one of the points I discussed earlier. You can actually upgrade the installation, an old installation of ReactOS, and upgrade it to the new version, which is a very nice feature. Let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and see if no new features on these so far. No new different displays and things like that. Go ahead and accept. Go ahead and install. One of the old version's new features was the BTRFS file system. We're going to go ahead and do a quick format of that, since that's one of the new good features of ReactOS. Installs very, very quickly because it's a super small, compact OS with little features, but it's definitely improving day by day. Install the bootloader and go ahead and restart. Flushes cache and restarts. Don't want to boot from that. Just take a second while that goes into it. ReactOS. Interesting. They didn't... Okay, that was unexpected. Definitely unexpected. That's fine. Let's go ahead and click out of this. Power off. We're going ahead... I've actually had that error before. Let's go ahead and reinstall again. And this time we'll do FAT32 because BTRFS is still kind of buggy at this point, and it installs sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. We're just going to go ahead and reinstall it. Let's go ahead, upgrading, select, upgrade. Oh no, that's not good. It's going to be doing BTRFS. Amazing. That was unexpected. Go ahead and restart. We'll see if it does it again. It'll probably do it. But I did see that the 1996 to 2018, that was actually still 2018, and this is released in 2019, which is weird. Okay, it's still doing it. Fine. Power off. Let's go ahead and delete that partition, and we'll reinstall it doing FAT32. Let's go ahead and boot from the medium, and English, continue. Where is it? Continue with an ESC to continue with a new installation. That's what we want. Install FAT file system, definitely. Going, boom, installing again. Definitely not losing too much time having to reinstall it because it's really really fast. So there we go, it's installed, flushing cache, install bootloader, and doing all the normal stuff that it does. Let's go ahead and wait the 5 seconds for this. And let's go ahead and see if there's anything new for the second GUI setup screen. Is it gonna, no, it didn't blue screen this time. See, there you go. The BTRFS is still buggy, guys. I don't know why. I've had it work multiple times, but I guess it just doesn't want to work sometimes. So that definitely needs to be fixed. But the developers are still working on it, so I'm not going to beat them over the head of it. It's still amazing how far it's actually gotten to this point with all the features and things like that. Let's go ahead and restart again. I've gone through this process probably 20 times or more. It's very, very, very simple. Okay, there we go, boot. Hopefully this boots without any blue screen errors. Cross my fingers. Yep, there it did. It's probably going to give me some driver things. Yeah, there we go. Couple of them. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and look at the OS itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek at possibly the device manager and look at kind of the driver, see if there's any new differences between the drivers. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. I'm guessing that's the new SATA driver, I'm guessing, for the Intel processors 6th generation above. That possibly still applies to this that I discussed earlier in this video. Let's go ahead and do properties, driver, ATA, ATAPI, ReactOS team. Actually, no, it's not new. That's still an old driver. Oh, interesting. Computer, go away. Display adapters. Let's go ahead and network. I don't think I have network set up properly. Let's go ahead and go to the system and look at the system specs. So nothing different from typically the old installation. Pretty much the same, just updated the OS version. Still on 1 gigahertz. That really needs to be updated to where it can take advantage of more processor speed. Let's go ahead and look at display settings. Classic theme. The modern theme is really, really cool. This theme is amazing, but it's still really, really buggy at this point. Still no support for widescreen yet. It looks like it's fine. Be dealt with. Let's go ahead and take a look at the applications manager. Oh, I actually do have internet connection. Interesting. Here we have all the applications and things like that. Definitely a good thing to look into. Interesting, they have, I don't know if this was in the last version, but they have the DirectX end user runtimes in here now. That's really good. So that you can have DirectX up to the latest. That's a nice. Not seeing too many more programs that they added just recently. Up to .NET Framework 4. We've got the redistributables 2017. Interesting. That's interesting to see in there. You've got, I don't see any new browsers or anything. Opera. You've got ReactOS build environment. Resource Hacker. Pretty much still basic programs and things from the older versions. That's pretty much all the programs that I can see on here. Definitely can download and install a lot more of programs than just that. With the new manifest and Win32 compatibility updates and things like that in this OS version, you can definitely install a lot more programs than before and have a lot better experience. But there is one more last thing that I want to check that I haven't checked before. So I was looking at this taskbar and start menu thing a decent bit while back, and there is a menu here that's grayed out that's going to be awesome once they get this implemented, to where you can actually have the start menu from like type Windows 7 and Windows Vista, kind of the much larger start menu, not classic. That's definitely going to be amazing once they're able to get that kind of implemented in. Right now they don't have it, and that kind of sucks, but it will definitely be a good thing to have once they implement it. Well guys, that's the end of this video, and I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this video. It really means a lot to me. If you definitely leave a like, that is really appreciated. If you definitely enjoyed this video, because I using definitely so many times, why? But that is really a help to me creating these videos, because I like having people kind of supporting what I'm doing with kind of technology and gaming and things like that. And I'm definitely going to be creating more videos as much as I can, but with kind of the schedules that I'm on with school and things like that, it's kind of hard. But I'm trying to get out 2 to 3 videos a week, but I can't promise that. So there's my little tiny rant for the day, but definitely subscribe. Definitely means a lot if you want to get the newest videos from me at the latest time. But subscribing doesn't do that anymore, thanks to YouTube. So you definitely have to slap the bell. YouTube is always broken. You have to do all notifications if you want to get all the notifications at the latest time to get the latest updates on my videos. If you want to go even further, definitely follow my Twitter at 78YT. Get the latest updates for live streams, events, videos, everything there. There's a link in the description for that. Check out my Discord, the 78 Public Discord. There's a link in the description of that. You can use that to chat with me about things on my channel, topics, all kinds of kind of tech-related and gaming type things that I kind of do in my channel in little tiny kind of sphere of realm of, yeah, you know what I mean. So without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Also, definitely check out the ReactOS project online. There's a link in the description. It's really cool. Definitely check it out. See you guys later.